Brunswick Street in Fitzroy is known as Melbourne's epicenter of hipsterdom, a stretch of boutiques and bars and cafes catering to the young and fashionable. In many ways, Sabas, a restaurant that sits smack in the middle of it all, adheres to the neighborhood's trendy reputation. The design is sleek and simple, with bright pops of color on the wall in the form of vibrant woven plates. The customers are youthful, as expected, but the crowd is far more diverse than it is elsewhere in the area. Sabas, an Ethiopian restaurant, is run by Saba Alameo and her mother, Teek Bashgabra. Ms. Gabra grew up in Ethiopia, but spent 13 years in Sudan working as a maid and cook, before immigrating to Australia with her young daughter, Ms. Alameo, in 1999. Ms. Gabra's home cooking became legendary among friends and family, and a restaurant was the next logical step. Ms. Alameo recalls a childhood of trips to Ethiopia to visit family, returning to Australia with suitcases packed with spices and traditional Ethiopian teff flour, brought in part to cook for a sister who has celiac disease. Teff flour is gluten-free. Sabas opened in 2015, and Ms. Gabra remains the restaurant's main cook, with two cousins helping out as needed. The menu declares that the people in the kitchen cook from their own knowledge and have no written recipes. Hope that they don't get sick, it jokes, which on first read seems like an alarmingly honest admission about the perils of foodborne illness. But it is meant to say that if Ms. Gabra and her family were unable to come to work, the restaurant would have no food. There is no recreating the recipes held only in their minds and hands. At a time when much of the city's African community is subject to blatantly negative attention, it's important to recognize the success stories of African immigration and the ways in which Melbourne benefits from its influences. The food at Sabas is served in the traditional Ethiopian manner. Injera bread forms the base of any meal, both literally and figuratively. The injera here is made from teff flour that the restaurant imports itself and has available for purchase. It is allowed to ferment long enough to produce a flat, spongy bread that, at its best, is deeply tangy and lightly bouncy, adding a pleasant sour note to every bite of food. The sense that you're eating a lovingly prepared home-cooked meal begins with catania, a dish that the menu describes as the snack given to impatient kids when mum is cooking. It is effectively a chili sandwich, with triangular strips of injera held together by a paste made of salty, spicy butter turned deep red by Ethiopian chili powder. The main meal is served on those large colorful woven baskets as a shared platter, over a large round of injera. The menu offers many hearty and deeply flavored stews, which you can order as vegetarian or meat combos, or individually. Bamaya, lamb cooked with okra and beriberi, the Ethiopian spice mix of onions, garlic, mustard seeds, ginger, and more, is pure, deep comfort, and vegetable dishes like fava beans with egg, or pumpkin cooked in chili, are brightly flavored and distinct. Chopped Chinese broccoli spiked with garlic serves as a vibrant green foil to the meat and bean dishes, and salata dakwe, a Sudanese salad of cucumber and tomato dressed in peanut sauce, provides cooling balance. If you get the ratio just right, enough warming stewy things, a few contrasting vegetables, a salad for crunch, it's possible to assemble a devastatingly delicious meal here. It is one of those places where you can sense the love and personality of the cook in the food, where everything tastes as though it has been fussed over until it is just right. Ms. Alameo and her small staff of family and close friends are an effervescent presence in the restaurant. The young women greet most customers, and when the room gets full it has the air of a celebratory gathering, with people calling out to one another as they arrive and Ms. Alameo drifting from table to table, offering embraces and conversation. In 2016, Ms. Alameo opened Afro Hub, a gallery and performance venue in nearby North Carlton, with the intent of providing a space to showcase all manner of African art and talent. Recent and upcoming events include a Soul Train-inspired dance night led by a Nigerian by way of Perth, a Senegalese song night, and a poetry slam. Both the event space and Sabas have become hubs for the young and artistic of Melbourne's African diaspora, with Ms. Alameo at its center. It would be possible to live in Fitzroy and frequent the establishments along Brunswick Street and ignore this growing cultural influence on the neighborhood. It would be possible to walk by Sabas and not see the thriving community that is represented by this restaurant. But you'd be missing out. Do you have a suggestion for Bisharatl? The New York Times' Australia Bureau would love to hear from you. NYT Australia at newyorktimes.com, or join the discussion in the NYT Australia Facebook group. Read about the Australia Fair column here. Follow NYT Food on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Pinterest. Get regular updates from NYT Cooking, with recipe suggestions, cooking tips, and shopping advice.